Hello, I'm John Waters, and I'm supposed to announce there is no smoking in this theater, which I think is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard of in my life. How can anyone sit through a length of a film, and especially a European film, and not have a cigarette? But don't you wish you had one right now? And I'm telling you that smoke anyway. It gives ushers jobs, and if people didn't smoke, there would be no employment for the youth of today. So once again, no smoking in this theater.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi there. Welcome to Meach's Musings. Yes, limited outlets today, shall we say. I wanted to keep it short, keep it a little simplified. Hello, everybody that has come into the chat room so far. JJ included. Good to see you, sir. Yes, very simple, very basic presentation today. So before I get into what I'm going to get into, because if you happen to see the cover sheet for today, if you've happened to interact with me in the last few days, it's about to go down. But I wanted to, before I get wound up on this crap, talk about what's coming up across the multiverse. We have a lot going on. And I have a lot going on that I'm happy to be a part of in the process of being part of this multiverse and stuff I've got going on outside of the multiverse. So before anybody wonders, yes, I am in a good place in my life. I am, for the most part, happy with the way things are going, other than in here, if we're being honest. And I realize I'm wearing a logo shirt. This presentation has nothing to do with anybody reflected in anything I'm wearing. That's why I tried to keep it. I forgot the stupid logo was here, to be honest with you. So to this company, I'm sorry if I get a little wiggy today. Anyway, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, happy hour, Staff Boy Sports Bar, because we have a double feature coming up. Title Tuesday for AEW Dynamite NXT, all starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. Wednesday, the Greg Cherry Show. Yes, that is the graphic I was asked to use. And the No DQ review, which I will be a part of, coming up over on NoDQ.com. Thursday, I will be in flight to Las Vegas, and we will have Talk Wrestling coming up Thursday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, from Las Vegas. Site to be determined. I know we talked about maybe the Lowell Chapel to celebrate the anniversary, but I will also be attending a watch party as the Vegas Golden Knights are on the road taking on the Sharks up there in San Jose. So I'll be there watching that game with the Knights fans, because I like the Knights fans a lot better than the Sharks fans, for being honest. Friday night, October 13th, JJ and Noah will be back with their simple take of Fastlane, which was just 2 nights ago. I will be at Counts Vamped in Las Vegas on Friday the 13th for Paradise Kitty and celebrating Genocide, JENNASYDE birthday, my longtime dear friend. I will be having breakfast in the morning on Saturday at the Blueberry Hill, and I will be flying back into LA just in time to attend the Kings' first Saturday game of the regular season as they take on the Carolina Hurricanes. I will try to be home in time for open mic nights Saturday night. We'll see how travel goes, and that's all next week for me and the members of the multiverse. So be at the ready. Shit's about. Oh, by the way, you'll notice in there is our haunted hangman, because that's going to be a week from Saturday on the 21st, after Bound for Glory. I realized the title's not there. I forgot to put the title on there. So that's my botch. My bad. Yes. So check it out. October 21st, after Bound for Glory, will be Haunted Hangman for game night instead of the 28th. That has been done because we have 2 contestants, and one of them was not available the 28th, but they are on the 21st. All right. So, question was asked, what do I want to talk about? The question is, what's on the mind of good old JM? JM, how are you? This is how I am, okay? Because in the last few days, look, the toxicity of the internet wrestling community has been abundant since the initial big bang that formed the internet wrestling community, right? Many years ago, as they say on the one of the museum presentations. Give me 1 second. Of course, I can't just get through one damn show, right? Okay, had to keep the transportation authority informed of my using the phone in order to stream, so I had to let them know that to use the laptop to contact me. It's always been a thing, the toxicity that exists within the internet wrestling community, but since last week's open mic night, in which I was at the Lucky Luke Brewing Company here in Santa Clarita and appeared on camera with members of We Are Wasted, imagine that, and our boys drinking Xarian and Gutter Candy. I have had so much sludge, toxic sludge, thrown at me and my team that I decided I'm going to rant about it. So, to the Renegade, JJ Williams, to the WTC Master, my buddy Greg Cherry. This show is going across your channels as well. Greg is going across your Twix feed as well. If at any time you feel the need to cut the feed, if you're watching, or if you feel the need to not have it be on your platform, I am okay with that, because I'm going to be a son of a bitch here in the next few minutes. And I'm going to say something that even the two of you may not particularly enjoy me saying. So, there you go. I was given firsthand visual account of the unnecessary shit posting that goes across, particularly Twitter, X, whatever you want. I call it, you know what? I'm calling it Twix, because that's what it is. It goes across Twix over the weekend, starting Thursday, if we're being honest. And I ended up in a conversation with somebody yesterday. Now, I'm not going to give any names. I'm not going to reveal any private information that was shared in these conversations. I'm just going to tell you where I stand on things. And again, that may sound like a cop-out considering the level of intensity I have advertised, shall we say. But I'm also trying to keep myself out of legal trouble, for being 100% honest. There was a portion of the show last week on Open Mic Night that featured a story being told about another personality in wrestling that, if you read between the lines, basically that person was in violation of a legal entanglement that he had been found himself in. And because I was on the air with the person telling the story, it turned into, well, I was at the event that it happened, and I helped the violation of the law go down. Okay, I didn't. But because I was on screen with this person, it turned into a Twitter thread, so much that somebody who came into a private conversation with me and admitted that he doesn't follow my content, admitted my content's not his cup of tea or glass of whiskey or whatever the hell you want to call it, I realized about 2 minutes into this conversation that this person is really just one of these social media police that just feel the need to, take a stand. This is morally wrong. This is just, this is something that shouldn't be out there. No, it's something that you shouldn't click on. It's something that you shouldn't feel the need to watch. Cool. I'm not your cup of tea. Great. And I even can concede that I am definitely not everybody's brand. All right. I never have been. Proud of it more often than not. Okay. But when it gets to be insulting, when it gets to be just baseless posts, we're calling them posts now because they're no longer tweets, right? Calling me names and accusing me of something that is untrue, whether you apologize for it or not later, which the person did, by the way, the initial thing doesn't make it right. You, in being called out for calling me out unnecessarily, reacted with name calling and accusatory statements, which were not true. The original post that hacked out clips from open mic night and threw them out there, tagged two people that are two accounts, I should say. Let me just be abundantly clear in how I say this. Tagged two accounts that, in a 6 degrees of separation sort of way, would have something to do with it. Okay. But then they followed up with a post that tagged two other accounts that had not a damn thing to do with what happened, in order to elicit this, stir up the shit, and to cause a problem within the greater circle of people I associate with. And that really kind of led me back to my feelings on posts within the internet wrestling community, posts by the wrestling journalists of the world that people just accept as fact, almost like gospel. And it's frightening to me that this is the majority mindset of the internet wrestling community. And I know it's not always called that anymore, but that's the name that I have known. That's the terminology I have used for over 20 years. So that's what I'm going with. Earlier today, we had a disagreement, shall we say, within a group that I am part of, not even a group, a private, a chat within members of my own team and members of a team of a show I run. And it was being discussed, and we were just discussing just different things. And somebody, and again, I'm not throwing anybody under a bus here today, so if you're looking for me to do that, not even the super chat, we'll get that done today. Just throwing that out there now. I told JJ, this is the one day I don't give a fuck if I make money. I really don't care if I make money today, because this needs to be said. I have been affiliated with a wrestling website for damn near its entire 25-year existence. And admittedly, their original existence occurred, genesis out of posting news or informational pieces that are often accepted as fact because of the source behind the post. And I, with each passing year, have become more and more unwilling to just be okay with that. And I've kept quiet, kept quiet. I've kept quiet about the majority of them. I have not been quiet about my feelings about a particular journalist that resides in the northern part of the state I live in, who has been a prolific rumor stirrer within the industry for so many years, because the moment that a recently offended, at the time, former star within a company gave him that credibility by telling his side of the story directly to this person. From that moment, that person's credibility has been, bolstered by that. And more recently by a bunch of elitists who couldn't stand him, couldn't trust him as far as they could throw him. And all of a sudden, because they, or vice versa, but because they decided to turn his own bullshit against him and start proverbially, hobbing his knob, all of a sudden they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I feel that's inappropriate, and I feel that's anything but journalism and unbiased. And I am also, for the record, going to call out, again, not names, whatever, but any of these people that make a living reporting news in wrestling. Sorry, brother. I know the YouTube ads are what they are on these channels. I'm got to be a premium member to not deal with those shit. Sorry, Matthew. I don't know what else to say about that. Anyway, it's so apparent to me that even now in 2023, with a man who, God, if I could have a DeLorean time machine or some sort of other ability to travel backwards, I would go up and hug Paul Levesque and go, I am so sorry for being such an asshole to you, about you being an asshole to the internet community, because my God, were you right. You don't know that yet, but you're right. Holy God. Because yes, there has been a greater acceptance of that community, or of the journalistic side of it, by WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling to a certain extent, the Japanese companies. But their existence on Twix and their paid subscription pages just boggle my mind, because these people are accepted as credible. These people are accepted as legitimate knowledge holders. And I don't understand why that's the case. And in some cases, they do have the knowledge because the people within these companies give them the information. And that astounds me even more. Why, when you work for, and apparently you're paid very well for what you do as a sports entertainer, professional wrestler, whatever you want to call it, why would you feel the need to go to these people and spew bullshit at them, or give them the truth and risk your job? I don't understand that. My mind does not do that. When I was first starting with No DQ, and I will admit that I was intrigued by the inner workings of the business, but it always astounded me that it was just okay that high five. And unfortunately, to a certain extent, in the comments, people that are praised on channels I affiliate with are in the category I'm talking about, and I don't make apologies about the way I feel about those people either. I disagree with those people being accepted and looked the other way of, but I don't, it bothers me. So, and I feel they contribute to the toxicity as much as anybody. Now, oh shit, I'm just knocked my presentation all loose here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Trying to get comfortable. Look what happened. And in the process of having this conversation with part of the team this morning, we finally had to say, okay, enough's enough. Every Saturday night, when we talk about these stories, we say, hey, by the way, rumor, innuendo, gossip, take it for what it's worth. And a lot of people out here don't make that distinction in their brains or in their presentations. And it's very frustrating. They are just as much a part of the toxicity of wrestling, especially social media pertaining to wrestling, as these people who are, acting more criminal-like. And that's a strong take, and I'm willing to accept the backlash for it. There is so, as much as I came out here, I think it was last week or maybe even later the week before, about how much good there was in my life, there is so much garbage on wrestling social pages within people that run these accounts on social media. And I'm just tired of, as somebody who runs a channel, who is in partial charge of several other channels, or helps run other channels, that the toxicity is just allowed to be okay, because it's not. And I'm sorry to everybody in the chat room that doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying very hard to be vague, because I don't feel the need. I don't have a desire to go to court about, slander or, attacking, character assassination, or whatever the case may be. But I and JJ, with, by proxy, in conversation with him, with the rest of the team that we talked to this morning, we are not going to allow these unsubstantiated news reports to be presented as fact going forward. Is what the bottom line is. And I do apologize for being vague, and to people that are asking in the chat room, the people in the chat room know that they can message me privately. At least those that know they can. And the person in particular, they know they can. So when I get done seeing Hocus Pocus for the first time this evening, yes, I'm a Disney person, and I'm seeing Hocus Pocus the whole way through for the first time tonight. A horrible Disney cast member. Just a bad person for it. Sorry. There it is. There you go. That is what it is at the end of the day. And I fully expect everybody that I appear with, that I okay, well, let me, because I can't control stuff that's not on my channel or that I'm pushing buttons for. So as long as people are appearing on a show that I am producing, directing, or co-hosting within my own network, this is going to be the thing going forward. I know. Hey, to be fair, my son's a teenager and doesn't want to associate with dad at all. So the fact that he said, "Hey, let's go watch Hocus Pocus over at the big theater in Valencia." Okay, cool. Let's do that. And yes, I'm glad I'm watching it too. The plan is to watch that one today. Ooh, wow! I all of a sudden went some sort of accent there. We're going to watch that one in the theater. We may go home and watch Hocus Pocus 2 since it's on Disney Plus as well. And we're in spooky season. Why the hell not? But anyway, so toxic check. because this is your poison control, ladies and gentlemen. Done with it. At least on my channel. And the Casa. Greg Cherry Brand. And I do know that quote, Big G. I do know that quote. So anyway, I lost track of what I was saying, but yeah, this is the way it's going to be from now on my channel, on JJ's channel, on what else? Greg's channel, my channel, JJ's channel, Noah's channel, James's channel when he returns. You know. So yeah, that's yeah, it's ridiculous, and I apparently they're I missed the plug for luck of the draw there. So there we go. Yes. So yeah, that was in the plugs earlier. Let me see if I can. Or where did they go? So now that I've said my piece, and to let everybody know, this is the mission statement. Adam Copeland had his last week. I'm having mine today. So just this week alone, we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So again, I appreciate everybody watching today and sitting through my bitching. Tomorrow, happy hour of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Doria Lou. That'll be at 11 o'clock Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, because in Stat Boy's normal time slot, we have a double feature. We are covering Title Tuesday on AEW Dynamite at live air time, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific with our pre-show. And then at 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern time, we will be doing the West Coast coverage of NXT. So we request you, please don't come in here and spoil pretty please. Wednesday will be the Greg Jerry Show. We'll be talking about Notre Dame and their issues. Hey, the Steelers won this weekend, so what are you going to do? Oh no. Hang on. I see your comment, Matthew. We're not covering Battle of the Belts. We're covering Bound for Glory. JJ's going to be talking about Tony and Open Mic Night Saturday and the hypocrisy of this bullshit. So, yeah, no. There will be no coverage of Battle of the Belts. I think it's messed up. Always advised Open Mic Night. Always. And yes, Craig, football is a cruel mistress. We talked about that. When will football love us back? Because not everybody won this weekend. What do you think? Rough weekend. That'll be immediately followed over on No DQ by the No DQ review featuring Aaron Rift, Virtue, myself. I forget who else is on this week. I'm sorry. Horrible plug. That's okay. It'll be on. Thursday, I fly out from Burbank Airport into Las Vegas. I'll be in Vegas Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific for Talk Wrestling with me, good old JM. Venue to be determined, very likely in front of the New York Casino, because that's where I'm going to be doing attending a watch party for the Golden Knights away game in San Jose. Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, a simple take of W Fastlane with JJ and Mr. Noah Foster. I will be over at Vamped with Paradise Kitty celebrating Jenna's birthday. Again, that's Friday the 13th. Happy birthday today, by the way. Speaking of, I can't see. There it is. There we go. Happy birthday to Sean Ono Lennon and Sisway J. White. Happy birthday to John Lennon and Eddie Guerrero. Yes, today is Eddie's birthday. I don't have my Eddie shirt here with me, or I would have worn it. But yeah, it's Eddie's birthday today, and it's always a tough day. It's crazy to me that it's been 18 years since Eddie passed away. But happy birthday to Switchblade J. White, Sean Ono Lennon, and the late John Lennon as well. So there you go. Good to see. Oh, the Mike in the chat room is your brother. Oh, okay. Well, hell, I am looking forward to that. Then yes, that'll be on the No DQ review Wednesday. Let me go ahead and throw that plug up one more time. Featuring myself, Aaron Rift, Virtue, Galen's brother Mike. So there you go. Check it out. And that shot's crooked again. Get your ass back over there where you belong. So again, Friday the 13th will be a simple take with Noah and JJ, and then I'll be at the Paradise Kitty show. Friday or Saturday the 14th, I will be attempting to get home in time for open mic night, or at least a good part of it, or at least not a good part of the tail end of it, I should say, because I will be in the arena in downtown Los Angeles watching the Kings take on the Carolina Hurricanes. And of course, this is all next week, starting Sunday, the 15th, for good old JM. So that'll be all next week. And you will take note, Haunted Hangman is now on the 21st after Bound for Glory due to scheduling conflicts with our contestants. So they'll be on the 21st after Bound for Glory. That's it for me. I just wanted to make it clear where I stand. Just tired of the toxicity, tired of the bullshit. So take it for what it's worth, folks. And yes, I would very much like to see as many people involved as we can on next week's show. Next week's special edition of the Greg Cherry Show. So Caitlin, message Greg and we'll get on the production of that. So everybody that supports us, follows us, raves and reviews positivity about us here on the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, and across all of our platforms, I thank you. To everybody else, please, sincerely, I mean this, feel free to
go fuck yourself.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.